It's crazy to believe that there's a load of the next generation of kids, and probably nobody under the age of around 20 now, that's even heard of Predator, the blockbuster, all-action, box office hit movie starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. But many of us who played this game when we were kids will know just exactly how much hype there was back then. Activision then were quick to acquire the license to turn the film into a computer game, and thanks to System 3 and programmers Source, we received binary interpretation on our trusty Commodore 64. The concept for the Predator game started out as a System 3 product called Gung Ho before anyone had ever heard of Predator. When Activision saw Tim Best's storyline, they shortly after acquiring the license approached System 3 to design it, and Hugh Riley provided the graphics. The legend who also did the graphics for The Last Ninja. The rest, I suppose, is history. So anyway, that's how the game became, but what is the gameplay like? Well, Predator is split into 4 sections, and the first of those you control Arnie and have to negotiate a treacherous gorilla-infested jungle and wipe them all out. Slightly different from the film I suppose, as trying to capture a whole team running through the jungle at the same time may have been a little intensive for the Commodore 64, so let's just presume that the rest of the team were scouting ahead but then got ripped to shreds by the Predator. The screen scrolls horizontally, with gun-toting gorillas pouncing from the trees, poking their heads out of cleverly disguised holes in the ground, or simply rushing on screen, guns blazing. Bats also hinder your progress, so it's fortunate you can collect some more powerful weaponry along the way, courtesy of the aforementioned dead comrades strewn around the jungle floor. The Predator also poses a threat through all of this, making itself known by casting 3 red dots on Arnie just before it lets loose a laser bolt. Just so you know that he is watching, the screen goes blue and your character shimmers. The second stage also takes place in the jungle, complete with gorillas to shoot, only this time the Predator makes its presence more obvious. At times you can see its eyes in the trees, and once again the red dots make an appearance, only more frequently. At the end of the level there's a cliff ledge, with no other obvious exits. So where do you go now? Well, if you've seen the film, you'll know exactly what a man like Arnie does when he gets stuck at the top of a cliff. The third section sees Arnie covered in mud. Well, spots of it. Hardly noticeable really compared to this part in the film, but as you'll know, the mud plays an important part in this section, as the Predator can't see you when you're covered in mud. However, the mud gradually comes off, so it's up to you to keep well covered by running over spots of mud along the way. Towards the end of this level is a large log. The log on which Billy the Indian confronted the alien in the film. Only in this rendition, that person is you. Yep, you meet the Predator face to face, but you can't kill him. You can wound him though until he runs away. The weapons available to you might look different when you collect them, but tend to be remarkably similar in performance, with ammo for each being very limited, so use sparingly. The bind is that, with the weight of opposition you face from the rebels and those bats, you can't shoot everything that attacks you. I suppose you could try punching them, but that won't get you much further than if you just keep running. So you're bound to take hits, with 6 costing you a life. Losing 3 lives costs you the game, so it's a question of how far you can get before the game eventually grinds you down, I suppose.
Get to the chopper!
Predator does indeed closely follow the plot of its celluloid counterpart, with 1 or 2 acceptable modifications. However, I feel it could have been executed a little better. Not that I'm saying it's poor or even mediocre. On the contrary, Predator is playable and atmospheric, and the graphical sprite of Arnie was portrayed excellently. So I'd even go as far as to say that this was a great movie tie-in, only overshadowed marginally by Platoon, and I'll link that to the end credits now. Thanks for watching guys. Once again, massively appreciated if you could please hit the like button, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Check out the playlist and see if there's any games there that you remember from your childhood. I've categorised the playlist into year of release now for the Commodore games, and every day there's a new one added. So, I hope you can join me on this epic journey of nostalgia, and if you're super loving the channel, then there is an option to join the membership or maybe even support on Patreon. It's gratefully appreciated and will definitely help me on the ongoing journey. A massive thank you once again, and I hope to see you in the next one. Until then, bye for now.